Good morning, welcome back to the Norwegian Dawn. We might have a slight problem today because today we're in Copenhagen, Denmark, and I received this paper that says every single passenger has to go through a face-to-face immigration with Danish inspectors. And I have a British passport. 99% of the ship, they have American passports, and there's different rules for me and for them, but I still have to go through immigration, which is okay. I don't mind it. So this is what the paper says. It says everybody has to wait for their deck number to be called before they can get off the ship. So my cabin is on deck 5 and the time right now is 9:50 a.m. and it says that decks number 4 and 5, they're going to be called to immigration at 2 p.m. That is over 4 hours time. So I don't know if I can get off the ship until 2 p.m. So I might have to wait 4 hours, but I have no idea. Because the cruise director did say that you have to wait for your deck number to be called, you have to wait. But then yesterday she made an announcement and said that anybody that wants to get off in the morning, then you can get off. But beware, you cannot come back on the ship until everybody is off. For example, if you want to get off in the morning, you won't be able to get back on the ship until every single passenger has gone through immigration. That might be 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, but they said, it's confusing to be honest, because they said a few times you have to wait for your deck number to be called, which for me is 2 o'clock. But then they also said if you want to get off in the morning, then get off, but you won't be able to get back on. So I don't know what's going to happen this morning.
Immigration process, and we're requesting guests for deck 12 to kindly proceed for your immigration. Please remember to carry your passport. I repeat, please remember to carry your passport and your key card. Kindly wait for the last announcements to be made.
So the time now is 10 a.m. and they just called deck 12 to immigration. I might have to wait 4 more hours to get off the ship, which is fine, but it shouldn't really be like that, but we'll see what happens. Welcome to Copenhagen. Beautiful, beautiful Copenhagen, right? I actually don't even know how far away we are from Copenhagen. I hope there's a bus, I hope there's something, because this is not Copenhagen. It's over there somewhere, but that's all right, we'll work it out. All of these down here, they are taxis. So many taxis, there's buses the other side. But I have a question, why do people act so crazy? Like pushing people like, you're not gonna get off the ship any quicker. The cruise director's already made 2 announcements to say, get away from the gangway, because you're gonna slow everybody up. She's making another announcement now. Deck 11, deck 12 to immigration, so hopefully the process is quick. But yeah, she did say yesterday that anybody that wants to get off can get off at any time, but you can't come back on, so I don't know if that's true. But yeah, calm down people. Like, people literally pushing people to get, like, all you're gonna do is slow the process up. You're gonna make things worse, you're not gonna make things better. And yeah, people get crazy, but yeah, that's deck 12, deck 11, let's go and get some breakfast. And calm down people, okay? Calm down, you're on a cruise. Delicious breakfast again. I can't believe I only have 1 more breakfast before the cruise is over. So this is the line for immigration. And I just spoke to them there and they said you definitely have to wait for your deck number to be called, and it could be any time. So now it's 10:40 and they've called 12, 11 and 10. So I could have to wait until 2 p.m. to get off, or it could be sooner. I don't know, but they keep making an announcement, get away from the gangway, because it's slowing the process down. I don't understand people, crazy people. They're letting people with tour groups get off, and of course the decks that they've already called, like Haven Suites and stuff like that. So just waiting now. It could be another morning like Dublin, because when we was in Dublin, we had really bad weather, so it was difficult for people to get the tender boats to get to the dock, and so many people were complaining. It's like you can't do anything about the weather, so I guess people are going to be complaining again about immigration, but I mean, all you can do is wait. No point complaining. Actually, I'm going to complain about one thing, because like I said, this port is very far away from Copenhagen city, and you have 2 options. You can pay $20 for a shuttle bus, or you can walk like 2 miles. I don't agree with that at all. Like, Norwegian knows that they're docking far away from the city. They should supply a free shuttle bus, in my opinion, because now people have to make a decision whether to pay $20 for a shuttle bus or walk. I don't think that's a choice that people should be should be made to make, but there you go. Still waiting, 11 o'clock there. I've not called any more decks. The same thing's happening that was happening in Dublin, because there was probably like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours that they only called tour groups. And that's a big problem for everyone that doesn't have a tour, because we have to wait for tour groups to get off, because of course they have a start time and they can't be delayed. So the same thing's happening, so everybody else is just gonna have to wait. This is the problem with having a private tour, because if you book a tour through the cruise line, Norwegian Cruise Line, you are 100% gonna make the tour, you're 100% gonna get back to the ship on time. But if you step off the deck and book something privately, then there's no guarantee you're gonna make it, there's no guarantee you're gonna make it back to the ship, and Norwegian doesn't care about your tour. They don't have to help you. And if I went to get services right now and said, I have a tour that started at 11 o'clock, I didn't book it through Norwegian Cruise Line, they would say, who cares? So definitely know what time you can get off the ship when you're booking a private tour, because yeah, if you book one this morning, then you're gonna miss it, because they don't have to help you with a private tour. But yeah, right now it's just tour groups. I can see people with the stickers, they're tour group stickers, so they're getting priority right now, which is right, and everybody else is just gonna have to wait. That's okay. We are still waiting. It's gonna be lunchtime soon.
Proceed for your immigration. If your decks have not been called yet, we request guests to please refrain from coming to deck 4 at this time. Thank you.
Just went back to my cabin to get my stuff, so I am ready to disembark. They're about 1 hour ahead of schedule. They just called deck 8 and it's almost 12 o'clock. So hopefully in the next hour. So it's 12 o'clock, they just called everybody, so everybody can get off the ship now. It's kind of strange because everybody has to get off. Like, so I don't know if they're going to be walking around telling everybody to get off, but nobody can get back on until everybody's off and gone through immigration. So it's a little bit strange because there's never a time apart from disembark where everybody gets off. I am pretty curious because they just said this is the final call for people to get off and go to immigration. Are they going to walk around the ship and tell people to get off? I actually don't know. I'm pretty curious what they're going to do because everybody has to get off. So there's quite a lot of people still in the buffet. So are they going to tell them to get off? I don't know, but I'm getting off. All right, here we go. We are walking. It is 12:55. Let me explain what happened. I don't know if they just assumed everybody was American because I showed him my passport and it was like, oh, British. And then I was literally through in 2 seconds. But then everyone else, they're asking questions and I don't know, checking visas. But yeah, I guess they just assumed everybody was American. But so there's a few options. We are nowhere near Copenhagen. This really, really bothers me. And it bothers me about airports as well. I think there's 6 airports with London in its name. And one of them is in London. The rest of them, they're nowhere near London. But I think that the itinerary, it says Copenhagen. I think that it's a cruise line responsibility to get you to Copenhagen. That's my opinion. Maybe people don't agree with that because they choose to dock here and they know it's nowhere near Copenhagen, and then they're going to charge you to take you to Copenhagen, even though the itinerary says Copenhagen. I think that I think they should get you there. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so you can take the shuttle bus, or I'm going to try and walk to the metro station. The weather is beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. And I just feel like walking. So I'm going to walk. And it's a pretty industrial port. And sometimes the ports, they're too dangerous for you to walk off. But you can just walk off. They said it's pretty far to the city. It's pretty far to the metro station. But yeah, I don't think it's right that they should charge you for a shuttle bus. But I just feel like walking. So let's walk. I guess there is also a public bus, just a Copenhagen bus, that's going to take you to the metro station, but it doesn't take you to the city center, which doesn't make sense because it's on the way. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense to get on a bus, then get on the metro. So I'm just going to walk to the metro station, even though it's 2 miles away. 2 miles away just to get to the metro station. Then I'm going to try and take the metro into the city. I see people over there waiting for the bus. I guess they're trying to go to the city center, but I don't like this. I don't agree with it. I'm not complaining because, life goes on. There's more important things in the world to worry about, but luckily it's a beautiful day. Just gonna take a walk through the industrial estate here in Copenhagen. But yeah, it was actually pretty smooth. They literally, probably 12 o'clock, they called, okay, everybody please get off. But then they kept saying, this is last call, last call, last call. And then there were still people trickling through. And even now, 1 o'clock, there's still people walking off the ship, which, they were calling last call an hour ago. So I guess they were walking around the ship, knocking on cabins, telling people to get out of the restaurants because everybody has to get off. And people were getting annoyed actually because there's a lot of people sitting inside the terminal, and they said that nobody is allowed to get back on until everybody's off, because of course they need to know that everybody went through immigration, and I guess people didn't want to get off. So there was a lot of people getting mad about they couldn't get back on the ship because everybody wasn't off the ship. Anyway, drama over. It's okay, guys. You're on a cruise. You're just gonna wait an hour, so what? It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Anyway, let's try and go to Copenhagen. Can for limousine. It's actually pretty strange because tomorrow is the end of the cruise and we're staying here overnight. So it's an overnight in Copenhagen. So usually like a ship will get to dock in the morning, then they will leave in the evening, but the ship is not going to move until they disembark tomorrow. So there's no more sail away. We're not going to see any more sail aways because once I get back on the ship, I'm going to get off in the morning and then I disembark. All right, I think that's the bus to somewhere, to the city, to the metro station. I don't know, but I'm going to take it just because it's there right now. So let's see what happens. It's pretty strange running for a bus. You don't know where it goes. Didn't get on it. So everybody already had tickets and they said I should have bought tickets somewhere. I don't know what happened, but we're walking. So what I said earlier about it's pretty strange that everybody has to get off. So on a regular port, you don't have to get off. Like you can go on a 7-day cruise that has five or six different ports. You don't have to get off the ship. You don't have to. You can stay on the ship if you want to. But today, every single person has to get off, and some people are not happy about this. But you know, what are you going to do? Just get off and then you can get straight back on. But you staying on board is just delaying everybody else getting back on because there was a lot of people waiting. One thing you might not know about cruising if you've never taken a cruise before is Wi-Fi is not free. It's pretty expensive. It's something like $40 per day or something. It's very, very expensive. So I don't buy it. I don't need it. It actually feels so good to not be on social media every single day. It feels amazing. And the terminal has Wi-Fi. So I was just reading some of the comments on some of the first videos. It makes me so happy that people enjoy my videos, you know, because I just walking around like filming stuff, you know, like I'm not trying to be super professional. Of course I want to make good videos, but it's just kind of documenting my experiences. Like I always tell the truth. I never, you know, if something's crap, I will say it's crap. I don't try and make anything into something that it's not. You know, I'm really just documenting my experiences, and the fact that people actually want to watch it is still mind-blowing to me. And the fact that people say nice things about my videos, like I can't believe it, really. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching the series. There's going to be one more video after this. It's going to be like a kind of review of the cruise, good things, bad things, and yeah, just my opinions about the ports, the ship, and everything really. So this is kind of the last, well, this is the last port. So yeah, the fact that people watch my videos and enjoy it is crazy to me, you know, because I'm not a professional. I'm not trying to, you know, get pitch perfect videos and like perfect lighting and all that stuff. Like I don't know anything about that, to be honest. I just pick up a camera and then just film stuff and talk about it. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all of the comments. I read every single one. I reply to every single one. So thank you so much. Another reason I wanted to walk to the metro station is because, of course, tomorrow, end of the cruise, I have to disembark, and I'm not staying in Copenhagen. I'm going straight to the airport and I'm flying home back to London. And I think Norwegian has a shuttle bus to the airport tomorrow morning for people disembarking. It's something like $42 or something, which is a lot because it's not that far. But I wanted to see how I can do it by myself, if I wanted to do it by myself, and if I was to do it by myself, then I'll go to the metro station. So this is the journey that I will be taking tomorrow morning. So if it's acceptable, then I can do that. If I don't want to do it with a suitcase, then I can book onto the shuttle bus. But the problem is, so my flight's at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and I think the shuttle bus is going to leave the ship at 9 a.m. That's a lot of time waiting at the airport. I don't like to be late. I like to be early, but that's very, very early. So let's see how this journey goes. It's a 2-mile walk. So of course tomorrow I'll have my suitcase. So then I'll know if I need to book onto the shuttle bus or not. I've gained quite a few new subscribers from this series, and more people are asking about my accent. All I can say is, what accent? Because I can't hear myself. In my head I sound 100% British, but I still get questions about politics because people think I'm American, and like I said, 99% of the guests on the ship are Americans, so people assume that I'm American because I sound like this. But in my head, I don't hear it. So yeah, maybe one day I'll talk about my accent, but there is a reason why, but today's not the day. Just one more thing and then I'm gonna stop yapping before we get to the metro station. I didn't film anything yesterday, so if you've been keeping up with every single day, yesterday was a sea day, I did nothing. I just laid around the pool, I ate a lot of food, a lot of cake, so I didn't film anything yesterday, so we missed a day. That was a 35-minute walk. The metro station is called Orient Kaj. I hope that it's not too late to buy the ticket for the shuttle bus to the airport tomorrow, because I don't want to walk that far with my suitcase, get on the metro, go to the airport. It's so far. So hopefully I can buy the shuttle bus ticket later on the ship. Anyway, got my ticket. It's very confusing because you need to buy like a ticket for each zone, and I think I'm going to stay in zone 1, so I just got a zone 1 ticket. I want to go here, Kongens Nyhavn. This is where I am now, so it looks like it's zone 1. So officially, welcome to Copenhagen. So this area is called Kongens Nyhavn. I'll put it on the screen now. This is where you want to come. This is like the center of Copenhagen. So right there is the most expensive, I think it's the most famous hotel in Denmark. Some of the people that have stayed there, Britney Spears, Obama, Rolling Stones, Walt Disney. And I'll tell you something later about Walt Disney, because he has a strong link to Copenhagen. Something very interesting, not many people know it. This square is really cool. So over here is the Royal Danish Theatre, and the guy that wrote The Little Mermaid, he's from Copenhagen, and he wanted to be a ballet dancer, but they said he's too ugly to be a ballet dancer, so he started writing, and then he ended up writing The Little Mermaid. I've actually been to Copenhagen a few times, and one of the previous times it was freezing. It was so cold, but it's a Wednesday afternoon. It's September the 4th, and there's a lot of people enjoying Copenhagen today. And the last time I was here, I stayed in a hotel just down there. And just thinking about it, you need to get your hotel, you need to find your own food, you have to find your own activities, you have to travel by yourself. Cruising is so easy. You just jump on a cruise and everything is done for you. The food is right there. You don't need to sort out your own travel. Entertainment's right there. Cruising is the way to go. If you go on Google right now and you type in Copenhagen, you are going to see this. You are going to see the colorful buildings in Nyhavn. So this is like the most popular place to visit in Copenhagen. You can do a canal tour here, which I'm going to try and do. I've done it before, so if it's a wait, I'm not going to wait for it, but this is Nyhavn. You can see that the boats are going to turn around, they're going to head in that way. So I don't know why, but you can catch a boat here. You can also catch a boat here. So this one over here, they don't use euros here, by the way, they have Danish crowns, and over here is 60 crowns, which is like $9 US. And the one over there, from what I remember, it's like $20. I don't know why. So that one's 9, that one's 20. It's exactly the same tour. I don't know why, but I think there's a bit of a wait for this one. I'm not going to do it today. I did it last time I was here, and there's a bit of a wait. You have to wait 30 minutes for the next one, so I'm not going to wait. Let's just walk around. So the main problem I have with Copenhagen is it's extremely expensive. One of the most expensive cities in Europe, and it does look cool. I'll admit it does look cool, but I don't think it's anything special. I do think it's one of the most overrated cities in Europe. For some reason, so many people want to come here. It is clean compared to, like yesterday, 2 days ago we were in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is extremely dirty, but Amsterdam has a lot of cool stuff to see, a lot of cool stuff to do. But yeah, Copenhagen's, it's okay. It's alright. Definitely visited, but yeah, in my opinion, a little bit overrated. The metro ride was actually pretty cheap. So it was only like 20 minutes and it cost $2 US, so it's okay. Oh, I gotta take the metro back, then I gotta walk all the way back. Oh no. Hopefully I can find the bus or something. I don't know. Here's a tip for Copenhagen. So many people like to bike here. It's a very cycle-friendly city. Do not walk in the bike lane because they don't stop. If you watch a few of my videos, you notice that I always have this small bag with me. There'll be a link in the description so you can get one of these as well. I don't believe that you should go to a foreign country without your passport. Don't leave it on the ship. Don't leave it in your hotel room. Keep it with you all the time. I always have this bag. It has my passport, my money, my chargers, my phone. Everything stays here and it's in front of me. Welcome to Amalienborg. This is the residence of the royal family of Denmark. And you can see guards here. You can get really close to them. You can take some pictures with them. You can't really do that at Buckingham Palace because they're pretty far away, but this is where the royal family of Denmark lives. And I think it's that one, I'm not too sure, but they live in one of them, and apparently there are secret tunnels that they can get to each of these buildings under the ground. If you visit Denmark, you'll notice that pretty much everything is named after Christian or Frederick. And just over here is Frederick's Church. I think that's the biggest dome on a church in Europe. Let's go inside. There it is, huge church. Let's keep walking. Denmark does have 7-Elevens. Back in the Kongens Nytorv area now. We're gonna walk down a street called Ostergaard. This is like the main shopping street in Copenhagen. Do you remember Christian? This is Christianborg Palace. I think this is where the Prime Minister of Denmark is. This is Parliament, I'm pretty sure. The last time I was here, there were so many protesters here protesting about something. Let's go inside. So I've been looking at these for like a minute and I can't figure out what they are for. What do you think? At first I thought they were for bikes, but you can't fit a bike in there. Maybe, I think it's guns, you know. I think this is for holding guns. Maybe I'm wrong. Does anybody know? What are these for? If you're wondering about the houses, the reason they're so skinny is because you pay more tax depending on how much land you take up. So they used to build houses up because you wouldn't pay any more tax. It doesn't matter how high the building is, but if it's wider, then you pay more tax. So that's why they're skinny and tall. Welcome to City Hall Square. That is City Hall, but there's something over here in the corner of the square that I want to show you that is so interesting. All right, here we go. Let the history lesson begin. So over here is Tivoli. Now, many years ago, an American guy with a funny name, he visited here, and then he came back, then he came back, then he came back, and he almost visited 10 times. And he got so much inspiration from visiting Tivoli right here that he went back to the US and he started to build his own amusement park. So he liked the fact that he came here and adults were having fun, children were having fun, everybody just forgot about the outside world. That guy was Walt Disney. And of course the park we're talking about is Disneyland in California. He got so much inspiration from Tivoli here in Denmark, here in Copenhagen, Denmark, that he kept coming back. And a lot of the stuff that he saw here at this park right here in Copenhagen, he went back home and he put it into Disneyland. Can you believe it? Absolutely true. I think it's actually misunderstood that Tivoli is the oldest amusement park in the world or in Europe. It's actually number 2 because the first oldest is also, it's in Denmark, but it's not in Copenhagen. It's a little bit outside Copenhagen, but this is the second oldest. I think it's the world. It might just be Europe, but the second oldest in Europe, maybe the world. But this is where Walt Disney got so much inspiration for Disneyland. He went straight home and put it into Disneyland, California. All right, that's it. That's the end of the tour of Copenhagen. It's currently 3:30. The metro station's just over here and it's going to take us to that metro station close to the port. And then maybe I need to walk back to the ship, or maybe there's a bus, I don't know, but let's find out. Alright, I made it back to Orientkag. I don't know if there's a bus. I don't even know where the bus stop is. So let's start walking. I don't have data on my phone, so I can't even look it up. Highly don't recommend, if you ever cruise to Copenhagen, don't walk. Just take the shuttle bus. Lesson learned. And the first thing I'm gonna do as soon as I get back on the ship is I'm gonna try and sign up for the shuttle bus to the airport tomorrow. There was definitely a cutoff date because I remember reading it in the daily planner. I think it was yesterday. So I think I'm too late to sign up for the shuttle bus because of course they need to know how many people, how many buses, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm too late, but hopefully I can get on the shuttle bus, because if not, then I have to do this journey tomorrow with my suitcase. So like I said, yesterday was a sea day. I didn't film anything, I was just relaxing, but I have to tell you about the show. It was called Elements, and it had the production cast, so singers and dancers. It had the acrobats, it had the magicians. It was unbelievable. It was so good, so much fun. At one point, like, some of the dancers were like swinging from above. Like, it was so good. Last night was also the glow party. It's kind of strange because I looked at the schedule for today and there's no show tonight. Like, every single night this cruise there's been a show in the theater, but there's no show tonight. They're just going to show a movie at 9 p.m. in the theater, which is kind of strange because I guess last night they did like a big goodbye, like they brought the officers out, the captain was on stage, and yeah, so kind of last night was the big goodbye. But tonight, nothing special. They do have a dance party, but they have that every single night. See, when I told you that this port was industrial, I wasn't lying. There's literally nothing here. I see so many people riding their bikes this way. I have no idea where they're coming from because there's nothing down there. The only thing that's down there is the cruise ship terminal, so I don't know where these people are coming from. The end is in sight. Of course, whenever you get off the ship, make sure you know what time you need to be back, because the ship will not wait for you. But like I said, today's kind of strange because there's no all aboard time, because the ship is not moving until tomorrow when everybody's going to disembark. So you can literally be out all night and come back tomorrow morning if you want to, because it's an overnight. Very rarely does a ship do an overnight, but for some reason the Norwegian Dawn arrived in Copenhagen today, and then we're going to stay overnight, and then I am going to disembark tomorrow, and then new passengers will start to get on tomorrow. It's pretty impressive how quickly they can turn around the ship, because literally maybe 20-30 minutes after the last passenger gets off, the next cruise will literally start boarding so quickly. That's why they try to get everybody off before like 9:30, 10 o'clock, because the new passengers are already waiting. I am so sad this cruise is coming to an end. It's been so amazing. 10 days of fun, exciting places, amazing food, great shows, amazing crew. Like, absolutely no complaints about the crew. The crew cannot do enough for you. Amazing crew on board the Norwegian Dawn. It's been great, it's been amazing, but I don't take anything for granted. The only reason I can jump on a cruise is because you watch my video, so thank you. I appreciate it so much. I can't say it enough times. Thank you so much for watching my videos, because you watching it is the only reason that I can do another cruise and another cruise, hopefully very soon. But thank you. So that is the bus stop where I guess the bus goes to the metro station. Maybe I can take that tomorrow morning if I can't get on the shuttle. Welcome back to the Norwegian Dawn. If you think this cruise ship is big, no, this is a small one. Go check out the mega ships, because compared to the mega ships, the Norwegian Dawn is tiny. It's beautiful though. So tomorrow this place will be absolutely crazy. People disembarking, people embarking, taxis everywhere, buses everywhere. Ooh, turnaround day, that's a big day. Back on board the Norwegian Dawn, straight to guest services. Hopefully I can book the shuttle bus. Hello. Is it too late to book the shuttle bus tomorrow to the airport?
Yes, we already closed.
It's too late? Okay, alright, thank you. I knew it was too late. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Let's go get something to eat. I'm starving. It is 5:30 now, time to get ready for the last evening. And we are ready to go for the final night on board the Norwegian Dawn. Tonight's outfit, all green tonight, all green tonight. Let's go. It's already 6:30. Tonight's going to be a very chill night compared to all the other nights, because like I said, there's no main show. And I've already missed trivia, I've missed the solo meeting. but it's okay. It's gonna be great. We're gonna fit in dinner sometime. There's a lot of music going on, and it's the last night, so we're gonna enjoy it. The lobby is extremely empty. Like I said, there's no onboard time today, so people can stay off all night if they want to. The band's about to start playing, but usually at this time the lobby is packed out, but nobody in the atrium. Not too many people on the pool deck. The temperature is still amazing. A little bit windy, but very, very nice temperature. And the sunset over Copenhagen, Denmark. Not the most beautiful port, but I can't believe I walked all that way. It looks so far. Hopefully I won't have to do that tomorrow with my suitcase, but we'll see. It's okay. In one of my previous videos I did do a full walk around of the ship, so go back and watch that if you want to. But right at the back of the ship we have the T-Rex kids pool. I think on this cruise there's less than 10 kids, so kids club, and the kids pool has not been busy this cruise. It's a really cool area, and it's pretty big too. There's a few different slides and their own pool. There's a hot tub there too, so if you have kids there's definitely options for you. Wow. When I worked on ships, I can't even tell you how many hours that I used just looking out to sea. The darkness of the sea, the sunsets, the sunrises. One of the best part of cruisings. Wow. Another part of the ship that I saw on the first day and never came back, the gym. It's actually pretty big. For a small ship, has everything you need, very good. Here is a full list of the massages and all of the treatments available in the spa. You definitely pay a premium for being on a cruise ship, but I bet it's amazing. One place that will not be open today is the casino. Casino is not allowed to be open while the ship is in port. And of course, the ship is in port right now and it's not going to move until disembarkation tomorrow. So casino is not open. Another thing that's not open while the ship is in port is the shops. So the shops and the casino, both of them will be closed today. I wanna hold your hand. I'm talking about my girl, my girl. I got soul. Oh, I'm waiting. I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. That was the Karaoke Superstars final. Some of those people are really good. It's time to have the last dinner on board the Norwegian Dawn. Let's go to the Venetian dining room. Welcome to my last dinner on board the Norwegian Dawn, and welcome to the Venetian dining room. Let's take a look at the menu. I have to say that the food on this ship has been absolutely unbelievable. You can pause the video now if you would like to read the menu. So my starter was a strawberry spinach salad, and the main course was a sirloin steak, which was so good it'll blow your brains out. 9:15 is still nice outside. Really nice light. Amazing dinner. The crew on Norwegian Dawn, absolutely amazing. Never ever had a bad experience with any of them. They're so helpful, they're so kind, they're so friendly. Amazing crew.
Share my dreams, I hold the summer. I should hurt home. To carry more than just my secrets.
There you go, vacation over, cruise over. It's been an amazing 10 days. I hope that you've enjoyed watching it. I've had so much fun filming these videos, cruising on the Norwegian Dawn itinerary's been great, ship's been great, crew's been great, everything has been amazing. It's been so good. So what happens tomorrow on a disembarking day? First of all, this is a cruise hero. Make sure you compliment the crew. If you know their name, write it down on one of these cards, and then there's a thing that you post it at guest services. This really helps them. It helps them in their career. They get recognized for it and they can get rewarded for it. Please recognize the crew that do anything for you, because they would do anything for you. So please write the notes, please write the compliments, just to help them, because they would do anything to help you, and this matters to them a lot. They say that everybody's going to be off at 9 a.m. because the next cruise is going to start immediately. As soon as everybody gets off, new passengers start getting on. So money. How much did I pay for this cruise? It was a 10-day cruise. It started in Southampton, England. We went to Cork, Dublin. We went to Le Havre, France, Zeebrugge, Belgium, Amsterdam, Netherlands, and now Copenhagen, Denmark. All inside 10 days. I had so much food, all the entertainment, all the travel. This is my great cabin. One thing, actually two things. I didn't have the drinks package and I didn't have the Wi-Fi package. These are the two main things that people pay extra for, and it's pretty expensive. So for the Wi-Fi package, I think it's $40 per day per device. So if you have 2 devices, you're going to be paying double. And I think the drinks package was $60 or $70 per day. So if you're a big drinker, get it, it's worth it. But I'm not. You know, I'll have a few drinks now and then, but it's not worth me getting the drinks package because I don't drink that much. You know, say a drink is what, $11, $12, so you need to have 5-6 drinks every single day. I'm not going to drink that much, so that's why I don't get the drinks package. And the Wi-Fi package, I don't need it, I don't want it, I don't want to be sitting on social media, I don't need to be in constant contact with people at home. If you need the Wi-Fi, great, then get it, but it's going to be expensive. If you want the drinks package, great, get it, but it's going to be expensive. But if you're going to drink 5 or 6 or 7 drinks every single day, then the drinks package is worth it for you. The next thing that's very important is the cruise departed from Southampton, England. I'm from England. I live near Southampton. I didn't need to fly anywhere. It takes me an hour to get to the port, and I just need to jump on a train. So many people, they flew from Australia, they flew from Florida. People have flown a long way, and I just jumped on an hour train. So I saved a lot of money with that. The cruise ends tomorrow in Copenhagen. My flight from Copenhagen to London was $80. So, you know, not an expensive flight. Some people need to fly back to Canada. They need to fly back to Australia and US, like whatever. But I don't, you know, my flight is a few hours. It costs $80 and it's very easy for me. So I save money on the flights too. And I booked this cruise 4 days before the departure date. Yeah, 4 days. Very extremely last minute. Some people book their cruise a year in advance, sometimes 2 years in advance, and I was 4 days. It just popped up with a great price. I was available, and luckily I could just do it. So I'm very grateful that I can just jump on a cruise. Okay, get a figure in your mind. How much did I pay? How much did I pay? How much did I pay? Everything's included in a cruise: food, accommodation, travel, entertainment, everything. I didn't pay for any extras, nothing. I paid $573. $573 for 10 days. $57 per day. You cannot get a hotel for that anywhere. And I got accommodation, food, entertainment, everything we just talked about. Everything is included. $57 per day, 10-day cruise, $573. You cannot beat that price. You cannot beat the standard. You cannot beat the entertainment that I've seen this week. Like if you went to London or New York and you saw a show with that standard, you're gonna pay more than $57. And I got that, you know, pretty much every single night with high quality shows and amazing service, amazing food. And I didn't pay a single penny. I didn't open my wallet once this whole 10 days because everything is included. Of course, I've already paid for it, but I didn't pay extra for anything. $573. So that's the end. In the next video, I'm going to do a review of the cruise, of the ship, of the itinerary. You're going to see me pack and you're going to see me disembark. I'm actually going to start packing right now. 10:42 p.m. on the last day of the cruise. It's been amazing. I really can't thank you enough, because the only reason I can jump on a cruise is because you watch my videos. The fact that you watch these videos, it makes me so happy. Please tell me what you think. Write a comment. What do you think of this series? What do you think of this cruise? What do you think of the ship? What do you think of anything? Just write me a comment and say something, please, just to tell me what you think. But I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate all the channel members. Please click the join button below this video to become a channel member. Thank you everybody. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I don't take anything for granted. I've said it so many times, but it's so true, and I know how lucky I am, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. That's the end. I'm going to stop saying thank you, but I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and good night. One last thing, I will never ever talk about gratuities. You spend your money how you want to. I'll spend my money how I want to. It's nobody's business how you spend your money. Give whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you how much you should give for gratuities. It's your money, your choice. It's up to you. Nobody else's business. Okay, goodbye.